Mae Young Classic, this was week 7. This was the episode with the Tegan Knox injury. This was pretty emotional stuff watching this. If you know the story of what happened to Tegan Knox last year, she was supposed to be in the first Mae Young Classic. She blew out her ACL, total fluke. She was training at the Performance Center, blew out her knee. ACL tear is a very difficult injury to come back from. But she did. She fought her way back. It took a year, almost a year, to come back. And she was the favorite, in fact, in this tournament to win. I believe she had been pegged to win this entire thing. And then in another total fluke, she blows out the other ACL here in this match with Rhea Ripley. She hit a suicide dive. I mean, if they were 15 seconds into the match, I would be shocked. So they're only seconds into the match. She decides to do a dive, again with these frickin' dives, and she landed awkwardly on her knee on the ramp. Now, to her credit, maybe it was stupid on her part, she may have just made things worse, but to her credit, she continued the match, or she tried to. Anyway, she didn't have a whole lot of luck doing so. But they went about another minute or so, I would say, and the referee came over and he's like, I'm going to stop the match. And she insisted, no, I'm okay. And obviously she wasn't. And when she came off the rope, she got hit by a drop kick. She instantly just collapsed on the mat, grabbed her knee, and she said, that's it, I'm done. You could hear her saying, I'm finished, that's it. And she was just in tears. She was crying. A hushed silence fell over Full Sail. You could hear a pin drop. It was like no noise. You could hear everything that was being said by the trainers and the referee. And you can hear Tegan herself not only saying, I'm done, but she was crying and she was saying, not again. I can't go through this again. I can't do this again. It was heartbreaking. It really was, man. It was very tough to watch. And, they show people crying in the crowd. They announced Rhea Ripley as the winner. And she was a total pro here. She never once broke character. She never once showed any sort of concern. She didn't go over to check on Tegan Knox. She almost had this, oh well, expression on her face. And she left. And in fact, she has been absolutely savage on Twitter in the last few days. She and Tegan have been going back and forth. Rhea said, in honor of my win on the Mae Young Classic this week, today at the gym, I did legs. And she had a little smiley face. Then yesterday, she decided to change her avatar. She changed her profile picture to a picture of Tegan in the ring with a trainer crying. Holy shit. I love this woman so much. That's how you heal it up. I saw some people in the comments, this is over the line. No, it's not. It's great. I love it. Because they're in on it together. It's perfect. I love it. Tegan, meanwhile, now this was taped back in August, so she's had to keep quiet about the injury until it aired. Well, now that it did, she posted a long update on her Instagram, talking about what happened. I don't know if it was Instagram. I think it was Notes, the Notes app. And she posted on her Twitter. But she basically said her knee exploded. And the injuries that she suffered were pretty grim. I mean, she not only tore her ACL, and that's bad enough. She tore her MCL. She tore her LCL. She tore both meniscus. She dislocated her kneecap. And she suffered a fracture on her left tibia. Just amputate the leg at that point. It's like not much you can do. That's just, that is awful. That is so awful. And you feel bad for her. I mean, look, anybody in that situation suffering those injuries, I mean, that's gruesome. And that it's hard to say how long it'll take for her to come back. It's not just the ACL, it's all these other injuries. I remember Hideo Itami, when he hurt his shoulder, he had surgery. And I guess, I don't know if it just didn't heal properly or what the issue was. He had to go back in for a second surgery. He ended up being out for 18 months. This could be a situation where it takes a hell of a lot longer than a year for this woman to come back. Hopefully she is able to come back. Hopefully this is not a sign of her being injury prone. You look at the way that she blew out both of her knees, it was a total fluke. It wasn't, I don't know what she was doing at the Performance Center when she hurt her knee the first time, but it could just be as simple as planting it the wrong way. This time it was on a dive, obviously ill-advised, but everybody does dives, and so you're just asking for trouble when you do that. So hopefully it's not a matter of injury prone. It's just bad luck. And she can come back. She already had a brace on the other leg. I guess now she'll have a brace on both legs. She'll be, the bionic Aussie. I think, is she from Australia? I think she's from Australia. She'll be like Stone Cold, walking around with 2 knee braces on. And she'll have to obviously alter her moveset. She'll have to make some changes. I think she even said as much in her statement that she's going to come back and there's going to have to be changes made. I mean, at that point, you have no choice. You look at that and you feel for her for what she went through before and have to go through all that again. Triple H came over backstage. They showed video on YouTube. He was consoling her, and she thanked him for that, because whatever it was that he said to her, she said was very helpful. Hopefully she comes back stronger. That's really all that you can hope for in that situation.